These are the invaluable thoughts and principles of Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, a brilliant inventor, philosopher, and statesman whose wisdom continues to guide us centuries later. Beware of buying things you don't need, or else you'll have to sell the things you do need. If a man empties his purse into his head, no one can take it away from him. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. The way to wealth depends on just two words: industry and frugality. Never leave that till tomorrow which you can do today. Rather go to bed without dinner than to rise in debt. A small leak can sink a great ship, so beware of little expenses. Money has never made man happy, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more a man has, the more he wants. He that is of the opinion that money will do everything may well be suspected of doing everything for money. Creditors have better memories than debtors. If you would know the value of money, go and try to borrow some. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Keep your eyes wide open before marriage, half shut afterwards. Time is money. Lost time is never found again. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. The early morning has gold in its mouth. Never leave that till tomorrow which you can do today. Tomorrow, every fault is to be amended, but that tomorrow never comes. Leisure is time for doing something useful. This leisure the diligent person will obtain, but the lazy one never. He that risteth late must trot all day, and shall scarce overtake his business at night. While the lazy sleep, others are gaining. Employ your time well if you mean to gain leisure. Since you are not sure of a minute, throw not away an hour. Well done is better than well said. Actions speak louder than words, and consistent behavior builds unshakable character. When you are good to others, you are best to yourself. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Keep your eyes wide open before marriage, half shut afterwards. Choose your friends slowly, change them even slower. Be civil to all, sociable to many, familiar with few, friend to one, enemy to none. This is the path to a peaceful life. Having been poor is no shame, but being ashamed of it is. Poverty often deprives a man of all spirit and virtue. Pride is a weed that grows on a dunghill. It usually flourishes most in the dirtiest soil and reveals the weakness within. Anger is never without a reason, but seldom with a good one. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. He that cannot obey cannot command. Leadership begins with self-discipline and personal responsibility. The sting of reproach is the truth of it. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. The doors of wisdom are never shut, but few have the courage to push them open. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. Experience keeps a dear school, but fools will learn in no other. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Success doesn't come from what you occasionally do, but from what you consistently do. Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. The greatest poverty is the poverty of the mind. Read much, but not many books. Quality over quantity applies to reading as much as anything else. Write to please yourself, and you'll write well. Speak little, do much. Empty vessels make the most noise. Wise men don't need advice. Fools won't take it. But a wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. Energy and persistence conquer all things. Mountains are climbed not in giant leaps, but one small step at a time. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. Fortune favors the bold and the prepared. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Diligence is the mother of good luck. The harder you work, the luckier you become. The man who does things makes mistakes, but he never makes the biggest mistake of all, doing nothing. If you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead, either write things worth reading or do things worth writing. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? Let your light shine before others. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Trust carefully and verify always. Keep your friendships in repair. A true friend is the best possession. Friendship multiplies joys and divides sorrows. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. Observation reveals more than interrogation ever could. He that falls in love with himself will have no rivals, but he will also have no true friends or genuine connections. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind as well as the body. Create warmth and relationships. A good example is the best sermon. Live the principles you want others to follow. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Speak up for what is right. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. Democracy dies in silence and complacency. We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately. Unity is strength. Division is weakness. Without freedom of thought, there can be no such thing as wisdom. Without freedom of speech, there can be no such thing as public liberty. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. Control your thoughts, control your life. To lengthen thy life, lessen thy meals. Moderation in all things leads to longevity and vitality. The best doctor gives the least medicines. Prevention is better than cure. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. He's a fool that makes his doctor his heir. Take care of your health, for it is your greatest wealth. Eat to live, don't live to eat. Many have died from overreading, but very few from underreading. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Your daily routine determines your destiny. Search others for their virtues, yourself for your vices. We see faults in others that we ignore in ourselves. The noblest question in the world is, what good may I do in it? Purpose comes from service to others. Do not anticipate trouble or worrying about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight and focus on solutions. He that lives upon hope will die fasting. Hope combined with action creates miracles. Hope alone creates disappointment. If you desire many things will seem few. Contentment makes poor men rich. Discontentment makes rich men poor. When you're finished changing, you're finished. Growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination. Speak little, do much. Let your actions be your loudest communication. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. Control your emotions before you communicate. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. The silence of a fool is often mistaken for wisdom. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Well done is better than well said. Follow through on your promises and commitments. At 20 years of age, the will reigns. At 30, the wit, and at 40, the judgment. Life teaches different lessons at different stages. Experience is a dear teacher, but fools will learn at no other. Some people refuse to learn until they suffer the consequences. We do not stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Maintain a youthful spirit throughout life. Old boys have their playthings as well as young ones. The difference is only in the price. Never lose your sense of wonder. The eye of the master will do more work than both his hands. Leadership and attention to detail create excellence. Plow deep while sluggards sleep. Work hard while others rest, and you'll reap what they cannot imagine. Industry need not wish, and he that lives upon hope will die fasting. Action beats wishful thinking every time. God helps those who help themselves. Divine intervention favors those who take initiative. Out of adversity comes opportunity. Every setback is a setup for a comeback if you have the right mindset. Do not fear mistakes. You will know failure. Continue to reach out. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. Trouble knocked at the door, but hearing laughter, hurried away. A positive attitude repels negativity. The things which hurt instruct. Pain is often the price of wisdom and growth. In free governments, the rulers are the servants and the people their superiors. Never forget who serves whom. When the people find that they can vote themselves money, that will herald the end of the republic. Fiscal responsibility matters. Democracy is to wolves and a lamb voting on what to have for lunch. Liberty is a well-armed lamb contesting the vote. At the working man's house, hunger looks in but dares not enter. Hard work creates security and prosperity. The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason. Sometimes you must trust beyond what you can see. We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Continuous learning is the key to a meaningful life. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Leave a legacy that matters. Life's tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Don't wait to apply the wisdom you gain. If everyone is thinking alike, then no one is thinking. Have the courage to think independently. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. Words matter more than we realize. The Constitution only gives people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. Any society that would give up a little liberty to gain a little security will deserve neither and lose both. Glass, china, and reputation are easily cracked and never well mended. Guard what is fragile with care. Drive your business, or it will drive you. Take control, or circumstances will control you. The worst wheel of the cart makes the most noise. Complainers are often the least productive. It is easier to prevent bad habits than to break them. Build good habits from the start. Never confuse motion with action. Busy does not always mean productive. A learned blockhead is a greater blockhead than an ignorant one. Knowledge without wisdom is dangerous. When in doubt, don't. Trust your instincts, they're usually right. If a man empties his purse into his head, no man can take it away from him. Invest in yourself above all else. These were the invaluable thoughts of Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, a man who mastered the art of living through practical wisdom, continuous learning, and service to others. His principles remain as relevant today as they were over 2 centuries ago. Which of these thoughts resonated most with you? Please share in the comments below. And if you found value in this wisdom, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more timeless insights. Thank you.